Ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars has just released a bunch of stuff. I haven't seen all of it, though. I've only heard a couple of the movie announcements, which are going to go over all of that. But first, I want to watch the trailer for Ahsoka. This is a TV series I've been really looking forward to. Obviously, The Mandalorian is something I've really enjoyed. Season 3, though, so far, I've talked about it in my reactions. It's really not been doing much for me, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm still very much looking forward to what this show can do. Because I think Ahsoka was one of the coolest parts of Season 2, even though she was only in one episode. I thought Rosario Dawson played the role perfectly, and I've seen the majority of the Clone Wars TV show, not the entirety of it just yet. So Ahsoka has been a character that I've really enjoyed in that series, and I cannot wait to see what they do with her here. I am going to make sure to watch Rebels before I jump into this, because I do know, or jump into this series, because I do know this is going to be basically a sequel to Rebels in a lot of ways, so watching Rebels is going to actually be really damn important for the Ahsoka series. So trust me, I will get to it before the series comes out, but we could watch the trailer before doing it. I think we can, so let's check this out.
Something's coming. Something dark.
The set design looks good. Set design certainly looks good.
This is a new beginning.
Yeah, these are some characters from Rebels. I recognize them. I just haven't seen it, but I do recognize them. I've seen pictures and such.
For others.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
It's been a while.
Yeah, I know Sabin. I've heard that name. Dude, this actually looks really crisp. And there's Thrawn, right?
As heir to the Empire.
Oh, she was in Mando season 2.
We have to prepare for the worst.
Holy shit! I'm excited to see some lightsaber duels again. Oh, damn. Damn, this guy looks cool. Oh my god, this actually looks really damn good. I wasn't expecting all that. Holy shit.
Time to begin again.
I mean, that looks damn good. I wasn't expecting all that. Holy shit. Okay, well that looks actually fantastic. And now let's take a look at some of the other stuff that was announced today for Star Wars. They talked about The Acolyte. This is a new show, and they kind of described here as Frozen meets Kill Bill. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I know what Frozen is, and I know what Kill Bill is, but I don't really know how those are gonna relate. It also is set during the High Republic, which I think we already knew that. They talk about the Skeleton Crew here, which follows a group of kids who go on an adventure through the galaxy. This is a show I'm not like crazy excited for, but then I heard the Daniels worked on or directed Everything Everywhere All at Once. That kind of excited me a little bit, the fact that they're going to be directing an episode of that show. I feel like they have a lot in store if they're going to be getting some high-tier directors such as them. John Watts is also going to be directing. It seems like Bryce Dallas Howard as well, and some others. So it's probably going to be trying to appeal to like the Stranger Things demographic, you know, kids on adventures. It seems like what they're trying to do, which should be exciting. I just don't have as much excitement for it as some of these other things. And then we get to the movie announcements. Now, these surprised the hell out of me because I did see these pop up on Twitter. So first of all, they show this image here, which shows the different eras, essentially what eras future projects will be spanning across. So they have the Old Republic, the High Republic, Fall of the Jedi, Reign of the Empire, Age of the Rebellion, the New Republic, and Rise of the First Order. So obviously we already have had things that filled most of these eras, but the Old Republic and the High Republic are things we have not seen in live action. We've seen them in like video games and such. I believe there was a couple games based on the Old Republic, but now that they're actually going to be having projects in live action and probably some animated stuff in all these eras is pretty cool. I'm very excited mainly to go back to the Old Republic and the High Republic. I think there's a lot more interesting stories you can tell there. But here's the first movie announcement. So Dave Filoni will direct a Star Wars film culminating the events of the Mandoverse. So I'm assuming it's going to be a combination of Ahsoka, Mandalorian, and the Boba Fett show. So all three of those series I feel like are going to come to a close with this film. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Are they going to at least give Ahsoka a few more seasons and Boba Fett a few more seasons before doing that? Or is it just going to be right after Ahsoka season 1 and presumably after season 3 of The Mandalorian? I don't know what the plan is there, but I'm very, very curious to see what it's going to be. It's going to hopefully have all those characters kind of be in this just giant thing. There's been some talk that it's going to mainly center around Thrawn, so mainly about what's going on in the Ahsoka series, but I'm not too sure. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but it seems like it's going to culminate the events. So is that going to end all of those series, or is there still going to be stuff continuing for those series even after that movie? I don't know. Now, this is the one that got me the most excited. So James Mangold, director of Logan, by the way, if you don't know who James Mangold is, and Logan's obviously a fantastic film, he will direct a Star Wars film about the first Jedi, described as a biblical epic. That sounds insane to me. Like, that is exactly the type of film I've wanted for years, ever since the sequel trilogy ended and everyone's been talking about what other Star Wars stuff they're going to do. I've always wanted one that goes all the way back to the first Jedi, and that is exactly what James Mangold is doing. He's also working on a bunch of other stuff. He just finished Indiana Jones 5. He's going to be working on Swamp Thing for DC, and now he's also doing a new Star Wars film. I'm assuming most of these aren't going to be coming out for at least 3 to 5 years, probably even longer, but it's still exciting to hear it nonetheless. I cannot wait for that. And then the last one here is a film from Sharim Abid Chinoy. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. And it's a film following the establishing of the new Jedi Order, so 15 years after Rise of the Skywalker, which I think that's actually cool. They should be going farther in the future, even after what Episode 9 had. And even though a lot of people didn't like Episode 9, it doesn't mean you can just completely forget about it. They're still going to make it canon, and they're going to follow the events of it. But that's not the craziest thing about that, actually. Daisy Ridley will return as Rey in the Star Wars film that's going to be about the rebuilding of the Jedi Order. Now, obviously, everyone on Twitter is bashing this because they all hated Rey, they all hated the sequel trilogy, and I get it. There's a lot of things that are terrible about the sequel trilogy that I hated as well. But honestly, Rey's character was never one of those things. I didn't like what they did with her in Rise of Skywalker with the whole Palpatine thing, and I don't think the whole calling herself Skywalker thing, it didn't make a lot of sense. That wasn't terrible, but I don't think it made complete sense. But that doesn't mean her character was completely destroyed and just had no purpose in the series whatsoever. I do think there was still a lot of promise, and I think Daisy Ridley is a pretty damn good actress when it comes to this character. So I would love to see more of it, and I'm looking forward to what they can do, and I'm assuming, it's in better hands probably, so let's see what they can do with her character in that film. And I don't know what it's gonna do, but I'm looking forward to it. And that's pretty much all they revealed at the Star Wars thing. There was a trailer, and then there was a couple of those film announcements. All some really exciting stuff, in my opinion. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. I will see you on my next one. Peace out.